Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to another episode of News Dose, where I give you all of the latest gaming news, and we may have gotten some new key details about PlayStation's top secret San Diego studio. There's been a lot of speculation about this for quite a while, and we now got some more information about what they're working on, and it's certainly something that fans are going to be thrilled about. I know I am, and it sounds like this could be a really big game for the PS5. So we're going to go over all of that today. Also, Xbox Game Pass revealed some more games for January, and the second half of January is nothing short of amazing, so stick around for that as well. With that said, we got a lot to talk about today, so let's get right into the news, starting off with what looks to be the first big release of 2021, Hitman 3. Hitman 3 will officially be releasing on January 20th, and this game looks really good. It doesn't seem like a major deviation from Hitman 1 or 2, and I personally think that's okay. This has become a flagship franchise for fans of stealth games, so I think its formula works well, and truthfully, we don't get enough games like this. In fact, reviews started to come out today, and critics are absolutely loving Hitman 3. It's everything you would expect from a Hitman game, only it's better than ever before. It currently has an 88 overall score on Metacritic, and several reviewers are painting this as not only the best Hitman in the trilogy, but it's also apparently one of the best stealth games available right now. Now, if you don't like stealth-based games or the first two Hitman games, you might not like it. If you like those games though, then you definitely need to give the third installment a try. I think this kind of further proves how talented IO Interactive truly is though. You know, they just revealed that they're working on a new James Bond game, and I think that's really exciting. They clearly know how to make a good secret agent game, and I'm interested to see what they're going to do with its story and how the gameplay will work. I imagine stealth will be a key gameplay mechanic in the next James Bond, and really when you think about it, it's sounding like a good generation for fans of these type of games. I know Metal Gear Solid and the traditional Splinter Cell games are nowhere to be found, but you already have Hitman 3, and then later on you have Perfect Dark and James Bond, which are returning to video games once again. Those are actually among my most anticipated games for this generation. I cannot wait to play the next Perfect Dark, especially. Either way, Hitman 3 will be out on January 20th for Xbox consoles, PlayStation consoles, PC, and the Nintendo Switch through the cloud. Yeah, you can even pick this up on the Switch day one. And speaking of the Switch, a new Western RPG just got revealed for the Nintendo Switch. Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning will be heading to the Nintendo Switch on March 16th. Now, this is a really cool game to have on the Switch. It originally released way back in 2012 for the Xbox 360 and PS3, and overall was a solid RPG with an interesting combat system. I think its combat does stand out compared to other games similar to it. For these reasons, it gained quite a cult following, but it just never really took off, so here we are 9 years later, and it's coming back to all of these modern platforms. And as we've seen, this can give new life to some games. SpongeBob Rehydrated just passed 1 million units sold, and I think Dragon's Dogma has drawn in more fans over time as well with all of its re-releases. Based on those internal Capcom leaks, we might finally get Dragon's Dogma 2, which is, that's pretty awesome. That game is more than deserving of a sequel. So I'm glad to see a game like Kingdom of Amalur come back, and it's nice to see a big RPG like this available on the Switch. The Switch is actually building quite a portfolio for games like this if you really think about it. You have The Witcher 3, Dragon's Dogma, Skyrim, Dark Souls, and now Kingdom of Amalur. All of these games are vastly different, of course, but you know the Switch continues to be a great platform to play many different type of games. Again, Re-Reckoning will release on March 16th for the Nintendo Switch. Next up, let's talk about Balan Wonderworld. This is an upcoming 3D action platformer made by the original creators of the legendary Sonic himself. Yeah, if Balan Wonderworld reminds you of Sonic or Nights into Dreams, there's a reason why. Square Enix is giving Sonic co-creators Yuji Naka and Naoto Oshima a chance to work on a 3D platformer once again, and I have to say, this game looks exceptional. I love the design of it, and the gameplay looks like a lot of fun. I've even heard it has some similarities with Banjo-Kazooie being a collectathon platformer, and you all know I love me some Banjo. Then you can change into all these different costumes to change your abilities, and I just think it has a lot of potential. Now it just kind of needs more eyes on it. I do believe this is one of the better looking games for 2021 so far, but I haven't really seen a lot of people talk about Balan Wonderworld online. You know, it's not some big AAA cinematic blockbuster, so it does seem to get overlooked, and it's also a new IP. Luckily though, Square Enix will be releasing a demo on January 28th for all platforms. That includes Xbox, PlayStation, the Switch, and PC. So you can play it anywhere, and you can play this demo either alone or cooperatively. I actually wasn't aware this game was co-op, so that's kind of interesting. So if you are on the fence when it comes to Balan Wonderworld, you might want to check out that demo on January 28th. I really hope this game is as good as I think it'll be. There's a lot of talent behind this game, but it's also nice to see Square Enix try a genre like this. It's cool to see them experiment, and I would love to see more 3D platformers like this make a comeback. Hopefully Balan Wonderworld will be the next great 3D platformer. Moving on, this next topic was a little bittersweet. I know plenty of you out there are probably still struggling to buy a next generation console. The PS5 and Xbox Series are just hard to come by. They sell out pretty much immediately online, and a big part of that is because of all of these scalpers using automated bots. I know it's been frustrating, and quite honestly, this whole situation is ridiculous. I really believe that retailers need to fix the problem. I know they just want to sell products, but it's extremely frustrating for fans, and it also affects game companies. Xbox and PlayStation can't sell as many games as they want because certain people are hoarding consoles to sell them for double the price. There's just nothing good about this entire situation. Well, a UK retailer by the name of Game was selling some PS5s here recently, and once again, scalpers ruined everybody's day. Big surprise, right? They sold out pretty much immediately and then decided to brag about it on social media websites. One bot firm was claiming that they managed to grab over 2,000 PS5s. Well, Game noticed, and they posted an update afterwards notifying all the angry fans out there not to worry because they will recheck every order and will cancel orders that have multiple PS5s. In other words, it's only one PS5 per order. So that is fantastic news, and it looks like more PS5s will go up for sale at Game in the UK. This is what needs to continue to happen though. Retailers need to step in and make sure bots can't just order multiple PS5s to go resell them. Now, if a person buys just one or two, then decides to resell them, then fine. The problem though is that one person is taking a large part of the stock, leaving legitimate customers empty-handed. So I do hope we continue to see retailers solve this ongoing issue, though I would like to see them stop the problem before their order even goes through. Speaking of the PS5 though, we got some new details about PlayStation's top secret studio over in San Diego. Now, there's been a lot of speculation about what this studio is working on. We've heard developers in the past claim that they're working on a remake, and then there's also been a lot of speculation that they're possibly working on a new Uncharted game. Well, about that, they might actually be working on a new Uncharted game after all. So a former PlayStation head, Michael Mambar, that left Sony in November, updated his LinkedIn profile, and check out what it says. Latest achievement is having built a brand new all-star AAA action-adventure development team for PlayStation. Based in San Diego and utilizing proprietary engine technology, this team was assembled to expand upon existing franchises and craft all new stories for the next generation of gamers. Now, there's actually three things that stands out in this post. One is that it's a AAA action-adventure development team based in San Diego. Again, there's been a lot of speculation as to what exactly they're working on, and this further shows that it's a AAA action-adventure game. Then he also says that it's to expand upon existing franchises. Yeah, this is starting to sound a lot like Uncharted, but it may not be a remake like some thought it would be. Right after that, he said to craft all new stories. So this is going to be a completely new game, which is kind of exciting. Now we just need to know what franchise they're working on. Is it truly Uncharted, or is it something else? There was a report back in December from Michael Mambar himself speaking to David Jaffe, and he did say that they were at one point in time considering an Uncharted remake with the visual fidelity of today. So they have at the very least considered working on the Uncharted franchise. Now, he also talked about God of War, so maybe they could do an expansion on that, but I do think Uncharted makes more sense. It seems like Naughty Dog has moved on, and Uncharted is a huge franchise. It's actually one of my all-time favorite franchises. In fact, Gears, Pokemon, and Uncharted are among my three favorites, so I would love to see Uncharted return for the PS5. I'm not sure what they would do though. Could it be a prequel, or would they instead go with a sequel? They already did Golden Abyss, which is highly underrated in my opinion, and then you have Uncharted Lost Legacy, which has completely different characters, but I'm sure they could find a way to make an Uncharted game work if they really want to bring Uncharted back. Now, with all of that said, there's still no guarantee that they are in fact working on an Uncharted game, but it does look like at the very least they will be working on an existing franchise. So my question to you is, what do you hope it is? Do you want another Uncharted game, or do you hope it's another franchise completely? PlayStation, of course, has a ton of IP that they can work with. Maybe even a Jak and Daxter 4. Now that would be interesting. Either way, very exciting stuff. On to our last bit of news though. Xbox Game Pass officially revealed their lineup for the second half of January, and it's nothing short of amazing. We did kind of already know about most of these, but now it is absolutely confirmed. The second half of January really is outstanding, so let's take a look. This includes Outer Wilds, the Yakuza Collection, Desperados 3, Donut County, Cyber Shadow, The Medium, and Control. As always, you can see what's available for each platform, but wow. I mean, you get the Yakuza Collection, and please, Xbox fans, try this franchise out. These are legitimately some of the best single-player games that you can play right now. Start off with Yakuza 0, and then thank me later. After finishing that game, you're gonna want to play the rest of them because they really are that good. But then you also have The Medium. This is the one Xbox Series exclusive that I've really been looking forward to. It looks like an old school Resident Evil game or Silent Hills if you're into those. It's got that fixed camera angle, the story seems intriguing, it's got puzzles, horror elements, and it just looks like a really good game if you like old school horror games. The one that I think people are overlooking though is Cyber Shadow. This is a day one launch title for one of the better looking independent games. It looks kind of like the old Ninja Gaiden games. I really think this one might surprise some people. The inclusion for Outer Wilds on cloud and Control on PC is a great addition as well. It kind of shows you that PC and mobile are getting some big games too. Both of those are excellent, but yeah, this is another stellar month for Xbox Game Pass. It did start a little slow, but this second half is just wow. The only problem is that it's too many games to play at once. I know I'm personally going to start off with The Medium, but let me know which Xbox Game Pass game you're looking forward to the most for the second half of January. Anyways though, that's it for this episode, but if you liked the video, don't forget to hit the bell notification and subscribe button for more content just like this. Also, if you'd like to support the channel through Patreon, thank you for making this content possible. Peace out.